Hello there, and welcome to day number 67 on the road to 2000 ELO Rapid Series. We're playing with the white pieces today against a 1739. I'm a 1793, so we got the 3-9 and 9-3 backwards. And it looks like we're going to enter a 4 knights, which, I'm happy about because this is sort of my go-to opening of choice, but this is the main line. So, you know, not going to get the best position out of the opening, but then again, not going to get a bad position out of the opening. I haven't played this in a while, actually, so I'm kind of relying on memory here, but defending the pawn seems to make a lot of sense. And now I want to calculate whether or not e5 is a move. And I'm not sure. e5, with the idea being that it attacks the knight. But if e5, queen here, for example, with a pin, and then d4 becomes a pretty big threat, so maybe just taking is the best move. Maybe playing bishop d2 makes a lot of sense. And, right now, I feel like bishop d2 is a solid enough move. With the idea being if bishop takes. If pawn up, we just slide the knight away. Let's just do that. And also this pawn is defended now because you have the knight that's unpinned. Although, hold on, they can take. Yeah. Wait, give me a second. I assume pawn takes, but now bishop takes. And if pawn takes, then I take their queen. So I think this is decent enough for me. Unless if I'm missing... Oh, I'm missing this pawn. Okay. I'm bad at chess, clearly. Can we make a bigger threat here? So if I take with a bishop, they take here. I take with check, actually, and this is fine. This is actually decent enough for me. Because this rook is defended. So after queen takes, I'm okay. We're hanging in there. And now bishop takes is an option. It's not an option, actually. Sorry. I lied. We can play here. We should probably worry about this bishop. I could castle, allow queen takes, and still have this threat on the board. I think that's what I'll do, just for safety's sake. Because if I try to defend this pawn by, let's say, going here, then this pin becomes kind of annoying. Does it really become annoying, though? Because then I can just play f3. I don't know. I think c3 looks like a natural move here. c3, rook here, f3. And yeah, I don't really want to push the f-pawn, but at the same time... castles? Rook here, let's say. Bishop takes. So, castles, queen takes, bishop takes. Rook here. What's my follow-up? What is my follow-up? I don't know. Perhaps I can play something more aggressive, like queen here. That seems silly right now, but I have long-term ideas there. I can play queen here. Forcing this, and then castling. They take, I take. Let's do this. It looks interesting. The problem is that here, there's no problem. Takes. Here, castles. They trap, but I take anyways. I have perpetual at the very least. Or I just castle now, let them take. Play here. Okay, I'm taking way too long on this move. Queen d3, rook here, for example, I castle. What about rook here? That would be annoying. Here, and I can't go there. Yeah, I'm speaking incoherently. Let's just castle. So let's castle. If queen takes pawn, bishop takes pawn, and that comes with pressure. I could... Yeah, let's do this. Just castle. Better safe than sorry, right? Better safe than sorry. So we're going to allow this. We're going to go here. Or, wait, here, maybe. I wonder if I have ideas of takes here, queen check. King gets back to safety. That's a problem. But if I can bring my rooks into the attack, I mean, the sacrifice of the bishop is an idea. It's a concrete idea that makes sense. Now my opponent has to find the move. I like my pawn structure better, but then again, after that, not really. So, guess we shall see. If I take here first, They move the rook, then this is hanging. So I kind of want to play this first with this as a threat. So queen d3, bishop takes, the king slides away. And what do I do? I can just, let's go here first. They defend this. I take, they go here, I take anyways. But, ooh. I don't know, I want to have fun while playing chess. I want to have fun. There's no big ideas here. There's not enough, like, there's too much space on the board for there to be a huge concrete idea. We're going to go with this, just because it seems more interesting to have the queen out in the open. Comes with the tempo. But my opponent offered a draw. It's very possible it's a draw. I don't know. Not like I'm good at chess or anything. We'll take. Okay. We will bring the bishop back. And I'm going to put the bishop solidly on this b3 square. And we're going to try to create long-term pressure against this pawn on f7. I think that is going to be the target. So we'll do that. Now, I'm going to bring our rooks into the game, try to control the e-file. Maybe I should do that first, actually. Maybe I should do that first. Let's get a rook in. Oh, wait, actually, that's going to be... Maybe I should move this one away from the pressure of the queen. So we'll get... Let's get a rook on d1 and a rook on e1. How about that? A rook on d1, a rook on e1. They're going to probably play bishop here, which lets me play... No, it doesn't. Okay, what's this idea here? You can try to double up on the b file? I don't know. Bishop here, still not scary. Let's control the other open file now. I feel like I'm playing badly, though, I will say. Like, I do think that I'm not focused up right now. I haven't done any chess today. I haven't done any puzzles, any other games. So that might help explain it. So they're trying to go here, but I can probably just play g3 or play f3. A move like that. Probably g3. Actually, g3 allows the bishop to control that diagonal. Maybe f3 is better. So f3 is possible. Can I play bishop takes, rook takes here? No, there's nothing there. f3 is possible, but it doesn't look that good. g3, they slide in here. That's not possible. I have to just make sure that this diagonal's covered. It looks scary, though. Here, the queen's covering the square, but I have to make sure it stays covering the square, so I'm just going to play g3 instead. I don't know if that's the best option, but I kind of want to get a rook here. I can't. Whoopsies. What am I doing? I don't really know. We're going to try to play h4, maybe. Okay, what's the idea here? I don't get it. I don't understand. So, I'm going to play here, targeting the pawn, see how they defend it. Oh, I do get it. But I can always play bishop here. So queen h3, I play bishop d5. That's the idea. Yeah, I'm playing badly, though, I will say. At least it feels like I'm playing badly. Okay, so if we take... Wow, really? We take, they go here. and then bishop here doesn't work anymore. So takes here, and I can't stop that. Which means that I would have to go. Can I play bishop takes here? Here? Is that a move? It feels too fun not to play. So takes. If rook takes, check. If rook back here, and it just seems interesting. We'll find out. How about that? I'm too low on time to think too hard, so we'll do this because it seems fun. That's my only reason. That is my only reason. So rook takes, or if the king slides back, then maybe we have a problem. But then I have a check, and then I can get to safety. Okay, so we're gonna play rook here now. Okay. We will check. Or let's see. Yeah, I didn't really think this through. We'll check though. It's because we can't lose the game, ideally. Would be good not to lose. By allowing this. Okay. Now, if we could slide a rook in here, that would be wonderful. We can't do that right now, unfortunately. Let's see. How can we get there? Queen here. I mean, it's a check. It does something. Let's play. I'm too low on time. And now maybe we go here. There's no more mate threat on the board. Let's do that. There's probably tactics here, though. Okay, we'll check again. Am I missing something? I don't really know. I might lose on time. That is a real concern. I wonder if I can play like rook here if the queen doesn't offer a trade. Okay, let's do that now. Rook there. The king has a square though, that's a problem. Okay, we'll play it anyways. For fun. For funsies. Funsies are important. And we're threatening this because the pawn is pinned. This is messy. There's a check there, yeah. I didn't see that. That loses the game. GG's. That was fun. Alrighty, let's take a look at the analysis. That was a weird game. I'm clearly not focused up there. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we got here. We started with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, a knight c3, a knight f6. So this is the 4 knights, and the 4 knight scotch, which we've played several times now. Maybe I'll switch it up, actually. Maybe I'll play a regular scotch or something. Try a different e4 opening for a change. But, yeah, we went into a very equal game. This is all mainline stuff. Bishop d2 is actually not book. The book move is to take the pawn on d5, but bishop d2 is also fine. With the trade happening here, and then takes. It's important to play... Oh, wait, here I could have played other moves. Really? I thought bishop takes f6 was obvious, but apparently you can just play down a pawn and be fine. So, something like bishop e2, or bishop c4. Bishop c4 makes more intuitive sense to me. Are also fine. Playing down a pawn. This pawn is weak. You can probably snatch it up whenever you want. But also, you know, black trades the queens, and I feel like it's an easy draw from here. Although the 4-knight Scotch does lead to some drawish lines. But then again, there's imbalance after bishop takes. I mean, this king is pretty open, and you're going to win this pawn sooner rather than later. If they try to hold on to it, you can probably just castle yourself. Oh, wait, no. Oh, well, king d2. I guess you don't have to slot your king. Your king is preparing for the endgame, becoming active, and your other rook's going to come in, and, you know, they can try to defend, and so on. I guess they hold on to the pawn for now, but maybe it's the fact that these two pawns are doubled that means white has a slight advantage, but very, very, very little. Anyways, I decide to win the pawn back, and after castles takes, the very normal-looking move is bishop takes on c6. Another normal-looking move before this, actually, before castles, is rook b1, which I'm surprised is not an engine move. b1? Why is this so bad? Queen e5? Oh, queen e5. Like, putting the queen on the file. I thought rook here, but if you put the queen here, then they don't have enough time. You don't have enough time to defend, because queen here, if you try to defend, you have to go like this, and then they can play f5. And this bishop is pinned, so okay, rook b1 I guess is not a move. But here it is, apparently. Just dropping another pawn casually. Rook b1 drops this pawn. But then this is apparently better for white. Ah, it's so obvious why, too. That's nice. That's a nice find. Because you win the exchange. This rook has nowhere to go. Very cool. Okay. Anyways, so after this, I decided to play queen d3 first, attacking the pawn on h7, and they defend, and then I take the pawn. I thought this was slightly better for me, because now my queen is a little bit more active. Apparently, I was wrong, but it's fine. Nothing crazy. And just get a normal game of chess here. They're trying to build a threat. This apparently leaves room for error, because queen g3, which I was considering, it stops mate. I didn't want to trade the queens, but apparently this is good for me. And the reason why is because my rooks control the open files. And I have a lot of play in the middle of the board. So it's going to be really hard to stop me from putting my rooks into very strong attacking positions and to defend your position. I mean, white is going to be the one pressing. Black's going to be the one defending. Now, the equality in material means that black is actually able to defend, and it's not a big threat, but white is slightly better. Okay, so this is not what happened. I decided to defend by playing g3, and here I decided to go a little bit too crazy on offense with this queen d7 move, which seems to allow my opponent to, infiltrate with something like queen g3. The reason why queen f3, sorry, the reason why queen f3 doesn't work just yet is because you can play bishop d5 here, and the queen and rook are both defending. So they spotted that, and they decided to go bishop c6, trying to push my queen away. And it does seem to sacrifice a pawn. However, if I take this pawn, I literally lose the game. And that is why I didn't take the pawn. So a nice little move by my opponent, and here I decide to have some fun. I could have just kept my queen anywhere on the d file and it would have been fine, but I decided to have some fun because I realized that after this check, I have a lot of pressure on the king, but I didn't calculate king g7. That was my mistake. I only calculated rook f8. That's a silly, silly, silly mistake to make. But here, there's just, you run out of checks, you run out of options, and ultimately, my opponent does make a slight mistake, but then I make an even bigger mistake, and I hang checkmate. My idea here is really nice. Like, let's say my opponent doesn't see the idea. Let's say, I don't know, they play, I don't know, let's say they go, what's a normal-looking move here? Like, oh, taking the exchange, for example. Well, actually, I didn't realize they can take the exchange. Wait, what? Was that hanging the whole time? Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I played badly. I was also very low on time, and that doesn't help things. But, yeah, I think I'm gonna probably try to study up on a new opening. I feel like it's that time. I'm back home. I'm not traveling anymore. I can focus up on chess. The New Year's right around the corner. I think it's time for me to actually do a little bit of proper studying, learning theory, maybe trying different stuff. So let's see how that turns out. We're back to 1784. It feels like I've hovered around 1780, 1790 for like a while now, but we haven't played that many games. It's been a busy couple of weeks, and we're going to focus up and try to play some more. I'm going to be streaming almost every day from now on as well, and so I will be focusing on my blitz during my streams primarily. So hopefully that'll also help with my rapid, just playing more chess on a day-to-day. And definitely a lot of off-stream studying to happen as well. I haven't really done any of that in the last couple of months, so it's going to be fun to be able to fully focus on chess. And let's see how we do. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this video as much as you enjoyed the last video. Unless if you hated the last video, in which case I hope you enjoyed it more than the last video. But jokes aside, thank you so much. If you do enjoy these videos, please do consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Hope you enjoyed the Christmas holidays. Catch you next time. Adios.